Hi guys, what's happening? Sunday afternoon, getting near evening, 6:23 Oven Standard. Figured I'd hop on here, see if anybody was on, see how your weekends went, guys. No, I'm not drinking coffee. I got water on me. I think I'm coffeeed out today. I don't like to admit it, but yes, I've had enough coffee for today. And coffee in all forms. Regular coffee and some kind of cappuccino type stuff. Is that what it is? Cappuccino or... And one of them, I'm not good at waiting on coffee in the morning. So, I had to, got one of these coffee makers that makes coffee extra fast. 1 cup at a time, so I figured I'd take advantage of that baby while I was making coffee in the regular coffee maker. So, boom, boom. Have something to drink whilst making coffee. So hop on here at this time. People probably having dinner. Or sitting back on the couch watching a show with the kids. And I'm sitting on here trying to see if anybody's on. But I'm a patient man. I can wait. Oh, wow. Got done, I got done painting those miniatures. Those zombie miniatures. And now I don't think I brought them in here or else I'd show them off. Got done painting those finally. And clear coating them. Not only do you have to paint them, you got to clear coat them to protect them. Or else all that paint, all that work you do on them just rubs off when people use them for gaming. And you're left unhappy about it. So, yeah, I'm not seeing anybody on here right now. Well, can't say that I haven't tried. Let's see, maybe, I wonder if I can contact people. I'm going to try something here, guys. Let's see, invite friends. Let me see. Who would be interesting? Trying to invite somebody. Let's see. Add viewers to be in my broadcast. Let's see. Let's try this. There we go. There we go. I just invited somebody. We're going to see if this stuff works. Yeah, I figured I'd hop on here, see if anybody was on here. I was just doing some technical jazz on here. Still learning my way around on inviting people and things like that to the show. So, didn't have anything major planned right now. I just thought it'd be fun if I got on here and somebody else wanted to chit-chat. That would be enjoyable. What's up, Ted? What's happening? What's going on with you, dude? Just winding down from the weekend. Weekend's supposed to be the rest time, but anyways, yeah. Just got done dropping my boy off. What's going on with you? Are you working on any cars? My cousin here, he's a car guy. Where did I lose part of my cigarette here? Am I catching my table on fire? Anyways, I have some corn here. Anybody want some corn? Corn on the cob. Which, speaking of corn on the cob, there's a lot of damn corn out there. When do they start harvesting this stuff?
I don't know.
I'm not a farmer, so I don't know these things. Do you guys know when the hell they start pulling up this corn? It's all over the place. I would have thought it'd be ready to full by now.
You would think.
But I don't know if this is feed corn or what they're growing around here. I'm surrounded by it. Got children of the corn going on. Let's see, somebody else is on here. Hello. Don't be afraid to type something there, guys. Comment. Start up a conversation with me. Don't be afraid. Comment, textify. Are you on here?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not on here? See, somebody's on here. Don't be camera shy or shy here. Let me see who it is. Let me see if I can see who you are. Ah! Oh, okay. It's Angela. What's going on? You have to cut off. I have to cut my off-the-cob false teeth. What a joy. Angie, I don't think you thought about how that would come out in your sentence there. Very good. I'm going to try and decipher that, all right? I have to cut my off-the-cob false teeth. What a joy. Now, judging by that sentence, I'm picturing you pulling your false teeth out of your mouth and putting them in your hand and scraping the corn kernels off the cob with your false teeth. Is that how you do it? Okay. Oh, you put what a joy. Okay, not too much. So all right, I'm going to try this again. So you have to cut it off the cob because you got false choppers, right? So that doesn't make it very fun. So you're more corn, canned corn kind of gal now. Is that it? I don't have fake choppers yet. Someday, maybe. I don't really want to have fake choppers, but, you know, that's very well could be in my future. But, let's see. Oh, you put with a knife. Sorry. That's all right. That's all right. You know, when somebody types something in there and it comes out kind of funny, it's all right. It just, you know, makes it a little more interesting there. I don't know what it is, but to me, canned corn always tastes different than corn off the cob. Does it not? Maybe because it's soaking in water?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't care for it too much. Let's see. Oh, you can't stand them either. Well, what excitement has happened in your neck of the woods? I mean, I know you're going to be moving south, correct? Where was that you were going to move to again? I can't remember which state. Can't remember if it was Georgia or where you said you were moving, but you're moving south. Oh, see, you love corn on the cob. See, I like corn on the cob. I'm not a corn guy, but I will eat corn on the cob. Now, you're moving, right? Where are you moving to? You're moving down south somewhere. I'm sorry, I forgot. Everybody's trying to get the hell out of here and move down to warmer climates. Monroe, Georgia. Okay, have you ever been to Monroe, Georgia? You ever check it out? See, I don't know where my I had my old telephone. I'd use that to look stuff up. Okay, you have been there. So Monroe, Georgia is a decent place, huh? You already know all about this place. Chris, what's going on? What's happening, Chris? I just hopped on here to see if anybody was on here. We've been, there, well, anyways, so is Monroe, Georgia anywhere near Atlanta? You know, I'm not from down those parts, so I only know of like two cities, Atlanta and Savannah. Savannah, Georgia, which I don't think is that big of a city. But those are the only towns I really know of down in Georgia. No, you have actually not been to that part of Georgia. Now, do you have relatives down there? Or is this just, we're getting out of Ohio, we're moving to Georgia? I mean, is. I know a few people who have done that stuff too. They just want to get the hell out of Ohio and they move somewhere down south. I know a few people who have done that. It's getting, well, it's always been popular with people our age. It's just I remember being a kid and older folks, well, they seem to be older than we are now anyways, we're always talking about moving down to Florida. You know, a lot of people from Ohio moved down to Florida. And North Carolina became a popular place for our people to immigrate to. Now I guess Arizona's a big one. Not that I know of. Troy's sister lives in Athens, Georgia, about an hour from where we're moving to. Okay, so you're still going to be an hour away from anybody, any kinfolk down there. Well, hopefully you have hopefully it's a nice move and you enjoy it down there. I'm sure winters will not be nearly as bad as they are up here, or as long. You know, summer starts and feels like a week goes by and then the summer's over. That's what I have trouble with. You know, but just got to deal with it, I guess. Ohio. Yeah, Ohio. But I got a cousin who lives in Maine, so that's got to be a lot worse than here. So you got to count your blessings, I guess. Even if they don't seem like blessings. So, I don't know. For right now, I'm living in Ohio. I don't plan on going anywhere right now. Sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes I wish I could just pack up the fam and head to somewhere a lot warmer. Maybe somewhere around the Gulf Coast. Maybe somewhere out west more. But it'd be nice to be by the ocean. I'd like that. I think that would be pretty cool. My wife's still never seen the ocean. So it'd be nice to have warm and ocean, you know. But then you got to deal with stuff like hurricanes and shit like that. But, you know, no matter where you live, there's going to be natural crap, disasters you got to look out for, you know. Tornadoes, earthquakes, all that good stuff. But yeah, I think the Gulf Coast area would be nice. I haven't spent any real time down there. It just looks like it'd be nice. You know, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana. Troy's other sister lives in Florida, just not sure where. Yeah, I know somebody who lived in the Florida Keys for a while. I think for years, and now he lives in Buffalo, New York. Talk about a radical change there. He was on one time on one of the wasted lunches talking about freezing his ass off in Buffalo every winter. And this guy lived down in Florida Keys. What? How do you go from that to that? I tell you, I mean, if I lived down south, I think it'd be really hard to come back up north. Let's see. See, there's shootings all over the place here in Akron. Yeah, Akron has some troubles, don't there? Yeah, I never lived in Akron. But yeah, it's not the greatest town. It's not the greatest town. I've never lived in Akron. I lived in Canton for a little bit, and Canton has their problems with the shootings and all the gang stuff there. So, they got plenty of trouble, and that's why I didn't stay there. Oh, Troy's sister lived in Key West. Nice. Sounds nice. Yeah, the only thing is, I mean, from what I understand, it looks like, down in Florida, I mean, people are just packed in there, like sardines now. But, I don't know how much country they have left, down in Florida. But, yeah, I haven't been to Florida for 12 years, maybe about 12 years or so. But Florida, all I've really seen was Orlando, going down there for Disney World and stuff. And Daytona Beach. That's about it. So you live in Akron right now with Jason, huh? Wow. And now you're just wanting to get the hell out of Akron. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there. And, I mean, there should be a place to live in that are affordable outside of Akron. I mean, what is it, Barberton? I don't know. I think that's where people flee from Akron to live at. But, yeah. I never cared for Akron too much. The roads, I hate their damn roads. I hate the freeways there. The way they're laid out. I hate having to drive around town there. There's always construction going on. You weren't in Florida since you were a kid, huh? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Akron's I don't know, there's no, besides Akron Children's Hospital, and having kids, there's just no point in me going to Akron. I don't go there. I only go to Canton because I have to. That's the only reason I go to Canton. Canton is not the kind of place where it's like, got nothing to do today. Let's go spend the day in Canton. Akron's pretty much the same way. But yeah, I don't know. Florida, from what I understand, people were packed in there really tight. Yeah, the roads are horrible there. Yeah, well, I was up there just last week, up by the hospital there, and yeah, the roads are a mess. They're a disaster. And just when you think you know what route to take to get to someplace, the next time you go to Akron, if it's a few months from then or whatever, you can't
2
take,
weeks.
yeah, or 2 weeks. You can't take that route anymore because something's closed off. And then now all of a sudden, you don't know what the hell you're doing when you do not live in Akron. You don't know. Oh, well, I'll just take this street over to that street and loop around because if you're not from there, yeah, when we were there, when the main ramps on 77 South was closed and didn't know about it until we were on the highway and, okay, well, our ramp should be coming up, closed. So, yeah, it's a pain. So you lived in Canton and several places bad in Canton? Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. They're just, I don't see the point. I don't know why people want to live there. Unless you find yourself stuck there out of, because of financial reasons. I understand that. A lot of people end up being stuck somewhere because just the costs. You can get a hell of a lot cheaper rent in a crappy area. But then, you know, you got to deal with the bad stuff that comes with it. Yeah, I saw the other night a few houses got shot up over there. I guess 3 different houses got hit. From what I saw on the news there, local headlines. Even though I do try to avoid reading the news. But yeah, Massillon, you know, I grew up in Massillon. Massillon ain't a bad town. It ain't a great town, but it's not horrible. See, Canal Fulton's getting bad with the drugs. I'll tell you, I think every place now, at least when it comes to, you know, the addictive stuff, the heroin and stuff, is getting bad everywhere, and small towns have not fared from that at all. Small towns, people are, you know, they're getting their dope there too. And, you know, now this, what is it, carfentanil? You know, people are dying from that shit all the time and dropping like flies. And all kinds of people too. I mean, these aren't just poor folks too. I mean, some of these people are wealthy individuals that are dying from this stuff, hooked on this stuff. It's a shame, but it is what's going on right now. You know, I never thought heroin was going to become some kind of problem. I read about it, and as a kid, you know, we were raised during the war on drugs and just say no era, and heard about the drug, but it was never something that was really a current issue. It was always, anytime I read about it, it was in the 50s and 60s when the heroin was a problem. But now, of course, it's a problem yet again. Canal Fulton's your hometown. The big city. Don't go through Canal Fulton too much. Every now and then we go through there. Stop over at Ozer's Ice Cream. Stop over there and get some ice cream every now and then. But, you know, that's kind of a tradition. I remember going there with my parents when we were kids, going to Ozer's. And, you know, it's pretty cool that it's still in the same place. Used to be some other candy shop or something. Wasn't there a place called the Sugar Bowl or something like that? Maybe it was another ice cream joint. I can't remember. I was a kid. Do you remember that place? Used to be on the corner. I don't even know what the hell Main Street is. Maybe it's called Main Street in Canal Fulton. I don't know. But it used to be a place with sweets there. Jimmy, what's happening? What's going on? Just talking about fun subjects. Corn on the cob and ice cream and heroin. What's going on? Let's see. Girl Jason went to school with died of a drug overdose just this past week. Wow. You know what? I wish I could say that was shocking, or I'm shocked to hear that, but I lost count of the people that I went to school with that ended up dying from overdoses. So, you know, unfortunately, it's a big problem, and I don't know how it will be rectified because, you know, what's going on, Jimmy? How's things? Feel like talking about one of these fine subjects or throwing something new out there? Let's see. Sugar Bowl was Massillon. What's happening? That's one hell of a scope of topics. Yes, it is. Well, I hopped on here. I hopped on to see just if, you know, what the hell everybody was doing, if anybody was on, and turns out an old friend here who can't eat her corn on the cob anymore. She's got some fake choppers, Sorry, Angie, not trying to embarrass you or anything. Well, yeah, I guess I am. So I don't know. I guess she's got to take her choppers out of her mouth and, chew on the corn on the cob with that. Let's see. Yeah, this sugar bowl. Okay, I'm thinking Maslin. Okay. But there was a joint in Canal Fulton. I don't know how we came on to heroin talk. We were talking about corn on the cob. That led to Angie's moving down to Georgia, and she was talking about wanting to get the hell out of Akron. Because of all the shootings and stuff. Then we talked about Canton, of course, and then, I guess it ended up leading to drugs, dope, and heroin. Let's see, Angie says yes, it was in Maslin too. Okay, so you guys are smart. I'm dumb. I didn't know. The sugar bowl was in Maslin. Okay. Well, see, my parents must. I just remember hearing about it. I don't even know if I went there. See, Jimmy loves corn on the cob. Now, Jimmy, do you have the same problem that our friend Angela has? She's got fake choppers and cannot eat it anymore. At first, when she commented, I thought she meant that she takes her dentures out and chews the corn off the cob using her hands with the dentures, much like a puppet or something, but I guess that's not the case. Yeah, Ozer's Ice Cream in Canal Fulton, yes. And they're still there. Still got good ice cream still. Not cheap. How bad is the price there? They're okay.
They're not cheap, but it's worth it, 'cause you get a lot of ice cream.
Oh, you got all your chips. You got all your choppers still. Oh my gosh. Well, good for you. You must have been taking care of them. I was on that dental program for years. The It Hurts, Take It Out program. I lost a lot of teeth that way. So now I got to be very strategic where I chew on things. Certain parts of my mouth are designated grinding zones and cutting zones and all that good stuff. But yeah, dental work, that's a fun one to get done, isn't it? That's a wow. Damn, Jimmy, how'd you keep all your teeth? Just brushing? You a major flosser? You floss a lot? That's reading about that's one of the main things people skip on with dental care is the flossing. Let's see, Angie's still talking about ice cream, and we're talking about losing our damn teeth. That's how I lost my teeth, too much ice cream, I think. Oh my gosh. I'm almost wishing I did have some coffee right now. I feel so odd, so out of place not having coffee with me. Maybe I'll have some pop. Pop. Yes, pop. Oh my gosh. Jimmy, what's going on with you? How's this weekend treated you? Did you do anything exciting? Did you work this weekend? Did you have the weekend off? I mean, did you become a daddy over the weekend? Anything exciting like that happen? Oh my gosh. I don't like to get too personal on here. Did you pick up a venereal disease? Let's see. You were anal about oral care your whole life, at least 2 brushings a day minimum. If you would have switched that around and you said you were oral about your anal care, that would have came out a lot different, wouldn't it? Then I'd just say, my brother, you are very flexible if you can be oral about your anal care. I'm sure you're not blushing right now. I'm getting me some ice cubes. There we go. Get me some cubicles. Get me some pop. Yeah. Now, oh shit, got my tripod here again. Check this baby out. 3 liter of Faygo. or since this is in reverso vision, I guess it'd be Ogyaf. Ogyaf A-Lock. 3 liter. Look at this. Look at the size of this thing. Look at it on my head. Look at it in my hand. Faygo Cola. Let's listen. Fresh. Let's see. I think we lost Angela. Maybe me talking about you getting oral with your anal care. Maybe we scared her off. I don't know. Oh boy. Well, I hope I didn't offend her talking about her choppers like that. But you know, there we go. Some good old Faygo Cola. Some people call it Fago. Oh boy, I remember Faygo back in the days. Let's try some.
Really?
It's not bad. It's not bad pop. I'm trying to think of what it tastes like here. It's not like Coke at all. It is, it's kind of like a mix between Pepsi and RC, I guess. Wouldn't you say? My producer's being very damn quiet right now. Let's see. So, yeah, Jimmy, let's see. Did you have the weekend off? Let me scroll through here, make sure you didn't already say something. Okay. Let's see. Did you have the weekend off? Do anything fun? I spent the weekend here.
What?
You know, 2 of my daughters got tonsillectomies. So they've been, you know, sitting around suffering, and my wife's been
2 shows
running back and forth like a chicken with her head cut off trying to take care of these girls. My youngest son was over for the weekend, so been hanging out and board gaming and such. Actually played some video games. I don't play video games a whole hell of a lot, but played some Lego Avengers. You ever play that Lego stuff there? That's some good stuff. I probably talked about it before, but damn good video game. I don't video game at all, barely. But that Lego video game, I'm alright with playing that. You know, I played that and some board games, some zombie frag game. That's what I did this weekend. Let's see. The thing exciting was that you were off all weekend. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. Now, Jimmy, did you ever get married? Did you ever get... Okay, oh, you like the first-person shooters. Well, I used to be into them, but then I don't know, I got completely out of video games, completely, and, but I'll play the Lego games with my kids. You know, I will break down and play that with the kids, but, no kids, huh? Well, I'll tell you. Well, you can always buy them, you know. They got kids for sale, right? Mm-hmm. You can adopt and all that good stuff, but then again, you know, are you a bachelor, dude? I know, I keep throwing these questions at you, and then I start talking about more shit. Thing, you know, you said about the first-person shooter is a board game we've been playing a lot lately. Oh, Never Tied the Knot. Yeah. Probably couldn't find a chick that could handle you, you know. Board game we've been playing a lot around here is this frag game. Oh my gosh, I don't know what my daughter's watching, but it's super loud.
Helen, please turn that down.
It's super loud, and Anyways, but this board game, yeah, this frag game, it is like playing a first-person shooter only on a board game. It's rather interesting. I think it's a kind of board game that you could actually, talk people who are not normally into board games into playing, because it's really easy to pick up and play. And the whole premise of the game originally is you just run around and try to shoot each other. The moves and turns are very easy to figure out. You're running around on a board, on a grid, trying to shoot each other's guys. And, you got dice and stuff representing your attacks and all that stuff. But that was the concept in the game designer's mind when they made that game, was to do like a first-person shooter and turn it into, have the first-person shooter feel only on a board game. I think they pulled it off, and then, I decided, hell with this, I'm going to throw zombies in there.
Well, get your plate out. Plate out of the living room, please.
That's turned out to be a hit with my boys, so we've been playing that. And, you probably heard me. Haven't played a board game in years. Well, you know what? I think you're probably in the majority of people. I got turned on to the whole board game thing. Well, I've always sort of liked board games, but I didn't play many of them for a long time, except a couple of years back. I saw a video about a board game called Tales of the Arabian Nights, which I still have not done a video on it. And I saw the video on it. It was a review of it by these British dudes who have a YouTube channel called Shut Up and Sit Down. I watched this video about this game, and the guy was so convincing and so excited about this damn board game that I couldn't help but get excited watching it. And, and Tales of the Arabian Nights was something that always interested me anyways. Aladdin and Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, Sinbad, and, that kind of stuff was always interesting to me anyways. Genies and the lamps, and, Far East and Middle East, and that stuff's always intrigued me. So when I seen this dude talking about this board game, I mean, at the end of the video, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this game. And so my wife got wind of it and ended up buying me that game.
For his birthday.
For my birthday.
2015.
She remembers the date, 2015. And that is my favorite board game. And it is a wonderful game. It's you remember Choose Your Own Adventure books, Jimmy? Do you remember them books? Choose Your Own Adventure. Did you like those when you were younger? That's another thing. I liked Choose Your Own Adventure books when I was a kid. So, but if you like those books, the Choose Your Own Adventure books, then that would have a great deal to do with how much you would enjoy the game. If you were the kind of person who at everything you do, you were a complete jock, competitive. Okay, twist the plot, love them. Okay, now we're talking about you are a candidate for Tales of the Arabian Nights, because this game is not set up for the kind of guy or gal who wants to play a game and wants to win everything they do. Okay? Somebody who's totally strategic about everything and has to win, it's the wrong game for them. Because really, this game is all about storytelling. And that's what this game does. It is like a big choose your own adventure board game is what it is. You get to choose to be. Could they turn that down a little bit?
Helen, could you please turn that down some more, please?
Could you turn that down a little bit? Thank you. What it is, though, you choose one of these classic characters. You could be Aladdin, you could be Sinbad, you could be Alibaba, you can be, I forget some of the girls' names.
A hot chick.
A hot chick? Mm-hmm. Well, that wasn't her name, though.
No, but
she's a hot chick.
Names, but she's hot.
Yeah, there's a couple chicks you can choose. But you choose these people. You start out in Baghdad. Wait, Baghdad, right? Mm-hmm. Start out in Baghdad, and you have to explore, and you can explore all over the Middle East and into Asia some, and into Europe and North Africa, and you have to fulfill destinies and earn story points, and then you have to return to Baghdad after getting so many points. But what happens during that, okay? Once you're playing the game, it's like you're not so much worried about pulling off all these points and shit and getting back and winning the game, okay? Because what happens is you start off with your character and a few skills, okay? There's a whole list of skills and talents you can have. And you start off with these things at novice level, okay? And you end up being in stories. Every time you go to a town or a location, you open up an encounter card. And that encounter leads to a story. And when you get to that story, somebody else is reading it to you. You don't read out your own story and stuff. Somebody else reads it to you. And if they're fun and cool, they can really get into it and, really get into the act of reading you this tale. And then you can make a decision. You're thrown in a situation with certain characters or places or things, and then you are given a list of decisions you can make. Okay, decisions might include things like examine, open, attack, steal. There's a whole list of different things you can choose to do with the situation you are in. And so you choose one. Then the person reading it goes to another paragraph. Okay, there's a system that leads to a conclusion. And then you go there, and then something happens, it unravels. See, sounds similar to the Walking Dead series games on Xbox One. Choices you make will cause different outcomes in the game. You can be a good guy, bad guy. Choices you make, trying to hit the change the game. Yeah. And see, and what happens, it's like that. I've never played them, but that sounds right. You can become, there is a wealth meter thing. You can become poor. You can become rich. You can be loaded. I mean, you can be like a prince or a sultan. But also, not only is there a wealth meter to tell you how much money you have or do not have, but also there are condition cards that you pick up during this game because of choices that you make and outcomes from those choices. You might end up crippled or diseased or love-struck or insane or what's another one?
Really sad.
Yeah, sad. Okay? And these aren't just conditions that add a little bit of flavor to the idea of your character. Okay, you're playing Sinbad, now he's grief-stricken. But it has an actual effect on the gameplay. It affects your gameplay. It does something with the rolls of the dice or something. Or maybe you won't be allowed to use certain talents because of a condition that your character now has. And you can have lots of conditions. And those conditions, be they good, be they bad, sometimes when they're bad, they actually make the game more interesting. So, it's not the kind of game you're in it. It's a tough game to be in it to win it, period. Because if that's what it's all about, you're not going to enjoy it. But
we actually played once where I believe Paul got to get 20 combination of destiny points and of story points, and Paul got all 20 of his, And I was like, do we even have to do that and just keep on playing because we had such a good time playing?
Yeah. It ends up not being so much about winning at all.
Mm-mm.
So for people who that's a problem for, obviously this is not for them. But for people who like really dig the choose your own adventures in those game books, it's right up their alley. And the artwork is just fabulous on the whole game too. So if you like opening real books and paper and tangible tactile sensation of doing that stuff, then this game is just fantastic too. I mean, the artwork's beautiful. The little pieces and chips and things, everything smothered in beautiful art that makes you think of, the Middle East, the Orient, of times of old, and fantastic images, paintings, I mean, just beautiful artwork, and the stories are fun, and they're funny, goofy, crazy, wacky shit ends up happening. You'll have a skill, you'll decide to use this skill because you figure, man, I have, this thieving skill, and that's going to really, I'm going to be able to pull this off, and then something will happen, and your plan will backfire, blow up in your face, and, or you'll do something good for somebody, or you think you're doing something good for somebody, and it'll still backfire. And a lot of the things that happen are funny. I mean, they're really funny things that happen. You encounter beasts and people and places, fantastic places. Like there's what they call the places of power, and these are the most legendary places there are, and you could luck out and by chance end up actually being able to go to one of these places of power. I can't remember some of the names for the places of power because I've barely been to them. It is so rare that you end up in one of the places of power. What is the one? Dusky Valley or?
There's a...
Atlantis isn't in there, right?
I don't know.
That's not in there. I don't think it is.
There's the cave with
Cave of Wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Cave of Wonders is one. See, Telltale Games has a series of video games just like what I'm saying, done up like comic books, very light artistic style, very fun environments to explore and look at. Sounds interesting. And see, what's cool about the board game, what's fun about the board game is that, get 3 people, 2 other people to play with you, they're taking part in it too, because, let's say you're the one playing right now, and, you like the Cave of Wonders, you dog, you, but, while you're playing, I'll get back to the game. While you're playing the game, what's funny about the damn game is, since it's a board game and it's a group kind of participation in it, let's say you're playing and I'm the one reading these paragraphs and you make a decision and I get to what the outcome of your decision is. And I see what it's going to be and I'm like, I know it's something bad. You might see a smirk pop up on my face and you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And then I get springing on you, and that's fun. It's enjoyable. It's a fun thing to do. So it's a funny game. It's fun because even when bad stuff happens, it's still pretty fun to have it happen to you. But yeah, I know I've talked about it before, but that's kind of the game and what it's about. But promise that one of these times I'm going to actually have the game laid out on the table and we'll show how it works, kind of just show a move or something and explain it that way, because I like the game that much. I really think it's that good of a game. Here's another thing that can happen to you in the game. Okay, you start out the game, okay? You can be Sinbad, okay? Let's say you want to be Sinbad. You grew up thinking Sinbad was the coolest shit in the world. I did. And you want to be Sinbad. Okay, well, when you start off the game, there is a token that you put on your player card, okay, that represents the sex of your character. So let's say you start off as Sinbad. Let's say you're a girl and you like Sinbad. You're like, well, I like Sinbad, but I'm still going to be a girl because I'm a girl. Whatever. So you start off as a girl, right? There's something else that can happen in the game. Sex change. Yes. There's a place called Sex Change Springs. By a weird twist of fate, your sex can be changed. Yeah. You start off as a girl, end up dude, vice versa. Could happen a couple times. You don't know. And another thing in this game, treasure. Yes, booty. Who doesn't like booty, right? Yes, there's treasure too. Treasure. But treasure in this game, almost like the place of power, is rare when you get when you get a treasure card. So when you do finally get a treasure card, you're like, wow, because it doesn't happen a lot. So, which I think is good, because if you got treasure every time you made the right decision, treasure would get pretty damn boring now, wouldn't it? So, that's, so when you get some kind of treasure, it's like a big deal, and then you look around and people are sitting around the table like, you lucky bastard. Oh gosh, I can't. Nice, Jimmy. I can't even read it out loud. I'm trying to pretend I'm a gentleman around my wife like she doesn't know better. Oh gosh, I can't believe it. The forests there. I'll do it censored. The forests there are littered with severed and broken dreams. Oh my gosh, you were sick. I don't know what to do to help you, young man, but oh my gosh. Oh wow. Yes. 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 That can happen, dude. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. My wife's used to dealing with me, dude. She's heard some strange things from me, but yeah, sex changes can happen, and it's weird because other than that strange thing happening, I haven't encountered any topics or things in the game to where I would be worried about one of my younger kids playing the game with us. Have you?
Mm-mm.
I haven't, but the sex change thing is kind of, it's kind of hard to explain. There's nothing that can be done, brother. You're screwed. Well, I think my brain is a little tainted. I'm brainted a bit myself, so. What are you going to do? Yeah, dude, you ought to check out the game. You know what? Maybe someday, maybe I'll do a damn game night and try and get some damn people over here and play, get your ass to play it. It's a good game. It's fun. And I'll tell you, when I first got the board game, it was the biggest board game I had ever seen. I was used to Monopoly and shit like that, and it's a big damn game. Let's see. So like a PG D&D or Cyberpunk. Yeah, in a way. With a board, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's more, what did you say, parameters, because, you know, you're not free to just, you know, where anything comes to mind, because it has this element. Okay, see, here's where that choose your own adventure reference comes in, is with this board game. Okay, there is what is called the Book of Tales. Okay, and that is central part of the board game. It is this thick ass spiral bound book of all these paragraphs and outcomes to your decisions. Let's see, where did I buy this? Honey, where did you buy it?
I got it on Amazon.
My wife got it on Amazon. She got it on Amazon. And you know, dude, like I said, you know, maybe someday actually grab you and have you sit down and play the game with me. You know, that's possible. You know, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But that Book of Tales, okay, is where you got the going back and forth. You know, there is reading involved, but see, that's where the game would benefit from having, you know, 3 people, and all 3 of them being decent readers, because you know, I'm not going to go into fully explaining how one thing leads to another, but once you learn the system, it's not hard to play. Okay, but this Book of Tales, you got to have it for the game, because that is where all the meat and potatoes of the storytelling comes from. I mean, the game is like a storytelling machine, so to speak. And there's so much to it. It would be very hard to believe that you would end up running the same path twice. I mean, I don't know how many times you'd have to play this game to end up running into the same exact circumstances as you did during a whole other game. It's just, there's that much to it. And, you know, like I said, I am going to do a video, and I'll show the book and, you know, flip through the pages a little bit, give you an idea of the breadth of it, because it is extensive. It is like a choose your own adventure beyond steroids. It's like, you know, it's like, who's that giant, the devourer of planets or whatever from Marvel? Who's that huge bastard?
Oh, I don't know.
Megapolis or something like that. It's huge. It's gigantic, dude. So, anything is possible. Allowed to wander in and amongst the civilized world, so to speak. They let you out. You're free to roam. Oh my gosh. Single now. So you were tied down for a second. Is that it? Since you say single now, so I'm guessing you were tied down for a minute. Yeah. And I am. You know, like I said, I've been tossing this idea around about, you know, maybe not a regular thing all the time, having a gaming group, but, you know, just having a shindig or something. They did, suckers. 15 years. Wow. 15 years. Wow. Well, I hope that your life is going in a positive direction. You know, sounds like you got quite an investment going on there. And you know what? Let's see, working on that for 12 years, but well, you know what? That's kind of fun thing about, you know, this might sound stupid as hell, well, it probably is, but about playing this board game I'm talking about and games like it is, it's kind of nice to escape. And nice to have a break, you know, I mean, you got these goals you're trying to do in the game, and in reality, you know, they really don't really matter, but for the time being while you're playing it, you know, you're pretending they do and you're having fun. And that's a good, I think that's therapeutic in itself. But, yeah. Well, hopefully, dude, I hope the best for you, whatever the hell's going on with you. Definitely life's dealt me some ups and downs and curveballs. Life is a tough ass thing. Well, that's cool, dude. Let's see. You're mobile and you can work and you love what you do. Life is pretty okay. Awesome. That's awesome. That's great. You love what you do. You are living a success story. That is success. You actually love what you do. That's awesome. Not many people can say that. You know, there's a lot of people out there with quote-unquote great jobs that don't want to go to work, that don't like what they do. And they get paid tall money, but they don't like doing it. So, you know, I don't consider, you know, I think success is when you get to do what you want to do and you know, living the dream. There you go. Yeah, I think success is when you can wring the most enjoyment out of life possible without ruining anybody else's life. I think that's what it's about. Possibly someone else's, but you get what you get. Yeah. Yeah. And that's true. I mean, there are people, you know, people see these people, you know, like that movie director jumped off that bridge a few years ago. People were like, well, why in the hell would that guy do that? You know, why would a millionaire, you know, do something like that? Why would a successful doctor or whatever go to a cheap hotel and off themselves and shit? Because, you know, that shit really, you know, you can have all the shit, all the stuff in the world, all the chips, but that doesn't mean you're going to be happy about it, you know? I mean, that's not honey your phone spring, for instance. But yeah, I mean, you see it. I mean, this shit happens. People who are supposedly got it perfect are sometimes right on the edge. You know, it's just we look at things and we say, you know, we have our ideals and what would make shit perfect for us. And it ain't necessarily
you haven't gone
what's
yet?
perfect for somebody else. Yeah, you are not what you own. Exactly. I've been doing a lot of thinking about that too lately.
See?
Thinking about, you know, because I've seen people, we've all known people who will compare themselves to another person and compare their character to somebody else because of how much they own, what they're driving, and think that that's some kind of measure of
So what'd you up to today?
being a human being, and it's sick. It's actually very sick when I see somebody, you know, actually think that they're better than somebody because they got so much more. Because they can buy whatever the hell they want when they want it. And it's makes me sick to my stomach because, you know, it's like, take away all that shit. What do you got, you know?
Yeah.
What do you got, you know? It's like, imagine being all your stuff taken away from you. Being locked in a room with a bunch of people and none of you have anything on
I've been
you,
working in the boys' room.
But
depressing.
That's the thing, yeah. Stuff don't make you happy necessarily.
Things, that's why.
In fact, I think sometimes having more stuff makes you unhappy. You know, I think I've talked about it before, but kids who have less stuff, less toys. Let's say you got a kid and he's only got 2 toys. That kid's going to care about those 2 damn toys. He's going to take care of them. They're going to be very important to him. Then you got another kid who gets anything and everything they want, and they don't want any of it. You know, they're just so spoiled they don't know what the hell to do with their time. You know? Because, you know, they have everything.
Oh, that's good.
Nothing's going to make them happy. So, sometimes having less is better. I think. But, and again, I'm a guy who, in a way, doesn't have a lot, but in a way does have a lot. You know, I'm an American. I have stuff, but, definitely I do not look at my stuff as a sense of value for who I am,
when a person
or what I am, I guess.
is allergic to an animal, those animals tend to glom to that person.
You're just talking about this at work. Real deal. All the way down the social ladder to less than paper poor and barely making rent and food most months.
I don't know either.
Trying to read it.
But one of the things of it is
differences in
Maureen's
happiness
allergic
are
to cats,
crazy.
and every time she come over, they all bug her.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can only imagine. Some of the people you've met and people you talked to and heard. I know. Like I said, I know some of the people who outwardly supposedly have it going on, you know, do some bad shit to themselves, and they're, you know, off themselves or somebody else. Because having that stuff, man, having that bread don't necessarily cut it, man.
Paul, could you please pass me my cigarettes?
Yes. Here you are.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. Yeah, it is. It's, you know, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, you know.
That's good.
Sometimes I think, you know, damn, I wish, you know, of course. I think, you know, having some more dough or whatever, that would really make my life easier. And it would. It would. I'm not talking, I wish I had millions or anything like that. But, you know, money to take care of the standard shit. You know, the bills, the food, you know, the stuff you need to get by, you know, you know, a little more bread would help. A little more dough, you know, could really help me out, you know. And, but you know, I don't know how I never had huge tons of money. I mean, that's the thing with people who have lots and lots of money. I mean, end up spoiling themselves, I guess. I don't know, I'm shaking up some vapor juice right now. And smoking so much, I'm trying to vape a little bit. No, I'm not doing anything weird here. See, spending money like water and still empty and unhappy. The guy that saved for 2 pays a month, have a couple burgers and chicken on the grill and being the happiest guy alive by all measures. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy shit. It's crazy. Yeah. It's amazing, dude. And I know what the hell you're talking about because, you know, I know some people who, you know, who could never imagine being, imagine being in financial situations maybe I've been in, maybe people I know have been in, you know, and people who would be like, there's no way I could live like that. There's no way I could live on that, you know. But, you know, it's just, but it's just your values are a lot different, tend to be a lot different, you know, as far as what has meaning to you. You know, my son, I got a 7-year-old who thinks, you know, no, 10-year-old, pardon me, makes my son, my daughter up, who thinks, you know, I talked to him about priorities today, you know, talking about these Pokemon cards he wants, you know, Pokemon. I'm like, you know, I said to him, when it comes down to it, you only have this amount of money, and you've got to choose between electricity and Pokemon cards, you know. If you spend that money on Pokemon cards, you can't afford paying that electric. I'm like, what are you going to spend it on? And he did say, you know, even though he's 10, he did say, well, you're going to pay for the electric. I'm like, you're darn right you will, because it's more important. Vaping, you stopped smoking again over 2.5 months ago. Vaping, good for you, dude. Glad to hear it. I am going back and forth. And here's the thing, next month though, next month the smokes are going out. I mean, it's just, you know, I wish I could say that it was all about I'm looking out for my health, but there's a big economic reason too why we are saying hell with smoking next month. So you regularly use longboard pineapple whip flavor. Really? Never heard of that. But I would try it. Because the stuff I'm using, I've used so long I can't taste it anymore, you know? You gotta change that shit up. Wow. Longboard pineapple whip flavor. Now, where do you get your vape juice, anyways? You order it online? Do you go to a store to get it? Because here's my thing. I don't mind vaping, but I especially like vaping when it's the only damn thing I do, you know? And I got a couple flavors to go back and forth with. Makes it a hell of a lot easier. Let's see, way too much money. You spend $140 a week. Damn! Wow, you was smoking the hell out, boy. Damn. Yeah, I got a pack a day habit. I smoke the cheaper smokes, but still, you know, still comes out around, you know, wow, $1.50 a month, and I thought that was bad. See, Vapor Station in Canton, flagship stores in Massillon, yes. Last time I got vapor juice, I was at the Massillon one. I was in Massillon. So, longboard pineapple. Oh shit, 2.5 packs of Camel menthols. Damn, dude. Well, good for you on vaping, man. I really hope you stay with it, dude. Hell yeah. That's a lot of damn cigarettes. I mean, I got to the point where with smoking cigarettes, I'm like, I hit that pack, and I'm like, I absolutely can, mother, not go past that pack a day shit. $20 a day, damn, dude. Well, you can figure my ass. All my kids could definitely not afford that. I can't even really afford the smoking habit I have. Okay, so that's why I said, you know, next month it's not, you know, I wish I could say I'm turning into Jack LaLanne here or something, or Jane Fonda, and I'm doing it all about the health and shit. But a big part of it is financially is why I'm, you know, we're like, no, hell with this. We gotta vape. period, because the cost, I'm sure you're saving a hell of a lot more money now from not smoking. 2.5 packs, and you were smoking premium brand cigarettes. Damn. So the savings have to be pretty good, Jimmy. Let's see. $20. Yo, you couldn't afford the shit either. Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. But you know, that's the thing. I remember when taxes really started getting hiked up on tobacco and stuff. And I remember hearing people say simple shit like, well, it's going to deter people from smoking. And when people said that shit, like trying to make it sound like jacking up the taxes on tobacco was a great idea because less people would smoke, my answer was, fucking crack is expensive and it's illegal, and people still do that shit, don't they? You know, that's the thing. I mean, when you're hooked on something, the people who sell that shit, they got you by your balls, man. And they know it. But those taxes just kept climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing on the tobacco, and, you know, I forget what the estimates are on what the tobacco companies actually make on every pack or whatever and how much is in taxes, but the taxes are pretty damn high on them. Yeah, so vaping, yes, I believe it's healthier than smoking cigarettes. I definitely do. And it sure as hell, economically, is a lot more sound, too. And you can have all the different flavors, can't you? That's a good thing, too. So now you're saving loot. Sin tax bullshit, no high tax on cigars. Lots of rich folks smoke cigars. You know what? That ain't a bad point there, Jimmy. Ain't a bad point at all. They got them big fatty ass cigars. Yeah, that's a real good point there about the sin tax. Once again, a lot of money is being made off of poor folks. 1/4 of the toxic trash. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, this is a situation where, you know, the government's making shit tons of money off of working class and poor people. You know. I mean, that's mostly who smokes. Let's see, there's 1/4 of the toxic trash and then tobacco. Yeah, they got all kinds of shit in the tobacco now, don't they? And they've bred this tobacco to the point where it is so addictive, you know, to where it is so rich in nicotine. It doesn't take a whole lot to get somebody hooked on the shit. You know, I watch some of them old movies and I'll see, you ever pay attention, you see the difference between the people who like smoke in the movies and the people who don't, you know, where you can tell they're not inhaling and they're just puffing it out. And then you'll see the people who are like, you know, and I've noticed that in a lot of the old movies, and I'll try and decipher whether people were really smoking or not, because, yeah, once you actually start inhaling that smoke, man, them cigarettes grab your ass, and don't let go. And here's the thing about smoking, too, or about, you know, is that I remember being a kid, taking my damn lunch money and getting cigarettes and shit with it. I mean, I don't know about you, but when the choice came down to food or smokes, I'd go for smokes every time. You know, that's how bad, or that's how strong the nicotine addiction is, you know. Let's see, will I have to go hungry for a little while, but still have cigarettes? Yeah, I'll take the cigarettes, yup. Every damn time, dude. I hate to say it, but, you know, well, I wouldn't do that to my kids now. You know, I wouldn't take food from their mouths, but, you know, if it was me and I was out somewhere and it was like, you know, okay, I could have some fast food or cigarettes, and I don't have cigarettes, you know, be springing for the smokes. that's how strong that addiction is. So, speaking of addiction, oh, it kind of grabs you by the poo-poo, don't it? Yeah, vaping, dude. I gotta get me another one of these tanks so I can have, 2 different flavors going on. Yeah, it's horribly addictive. It's bad. And, when we were kids, dude, we knew it was bad. We knew it wasn't good for us. There wasn't as much smoking awareness, but we still knew the shit was bad. But, there were a hell of a lot more smokers then. So I'll tell you what, I have been stuck outside of hospitals and businesses and shit before with no lighter, outside of malls and shit, and looking for somebody to mooch a light off of, and dude, you're asking me waiting a long friggin' time nowadays. Less, of course, and less. Here we go, back to, kind of what you were saying about the rich and shit. If you're in a poorer area, okay, which I've been stuck waiting around, twiddling my thumbs outside of poorer places and poorer areas, and it's a hell of a lot easier to get a light. Because, it seems people with more money, and this is a generalization here. I'm not saying to everybody, but it seems to be
What, honey?
that the people with more money tend to not smoke as much as the working class and the poor folks. That's from what I see.
Well, I'm gonna let you go, dear.
Obviously there's going to be wealthy people out there as well. Vapor Station Kent, massive sale on mods and tanks right now. All the stuff they don't stockpile anymore. Still get stuff online. Wow. Might have to check that shit out. I guess Vapor Station in Canton is having a massive sale on mods and tanks. So I was telling Jimmy how we're going to be trying to vape next month to save loot. Wow. My homeboy here was 2.5 packs of Camel Menthol a day. Yeah. Oh, here's something interesting. You ever see these? Now these are shag bark, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are shag bark hickory nuts. Okay? That's what this is. It's from a shag bark hickory tree. And the nut inside of it, which I don't think I'm going to peel this open with my fingers. The nut inside of it is edible. Let's see. Okay, see, you've noticed poorer folks tend to be smokers over more affluent. Yes. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't, it's like I said, man, I mean, I don't know why that is, but yeah, the rich folks don't seem to be into that shit as much. I don't know why that is.
Because they're rich and they don't have as much stress as we do.
My wife says that she thinks it's because they're rich and they don't have as much stress as the poorer folks do. And poorer folks tend to smoke more because of that. I'll tell you what, I know I smoke a hell of a lot more when I'm poor. That's all the time. When I'm stressed, for sure. Let me see. This is just a sliver out of one of these things.
I don't know how to get them open.
I don't know how you open them either.
Maybe they're not ready.
Maybe you need a squirrel to get into it. Oh, I tore another chunk. Hickory nuts. I don't know if these are ready or not yet. See, that's where I eat nuts. Hickory ones. Actually, you know what? I can't remember. Did we actually try these yet?
I did.
Or you tried them last?
Yeah.
Did I try one too?
Yeah, after I didn't die.
Okay, last year my wife tried one. I waited for her to try it first, and waited a good 24 hours after she ate it to make sure she didn't die, and then I tried to. Jimmy agrees with you about the why the rich folks don't smoke as much.
I think they may not be ready.
All right, maybe these old hickory nuts ain't ready yet. I'm just not sure.
They're juicy. They don't smell like nothing.
I don't know. I don't know when you start harvesting hickory nuts.
I don't know.
But I'll tell you this, they make syrup out of them too.
Yeah.
They make hickory nut or syrup. Maybe they make it from the sap of the tree. I don't know. But anyways. Oh shit, man.
Well, I'm gonna soak these.
I think I'm gonna have to get off of here. 7:49. Let's see, fresh chestnuts. As far off the map as I've gone. Oh, you eat chestnuts, Jimmy. Them nuts on your chest, baby. Shit, dude. I think I gotta get off of here, man. But, always willing to eat forage food. Yeah, well, shit. Yeah, we got this big-ass hickory tree, and it just drops them. So, we're gonna try them. I think I gotta hop off of here, homie. The only one on here right now is you, Jimmy. So, well, dude, I'm glad you hopped on here. It's good hollering at you. I just got the LMAO right now. See, I think there's that lag, you know. But I'm gonna have to hop off here. You have a great one too, buddy. Take care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. And you know what? Damn it. You know what? Maybe we need to actually kick it, dude. All right.
As long as I'm not the one being kicked.
Yeah. Well, I try not to kick my wife often. All right, dude. Well, have a good, blessed one, buddy. I'm glad to hear things are going smooth for you. And, you know, as far as I know, I'm going to be on here around noontime tomorrow. Right? No, nothing holding me back, right, babe?
No.
All right, well, so I'm going to sign off, dude. Good night. God bless, dude. Hope you the best, and, you know, maybe walk out and see you on Wasted Lunch, dude. All right. Later, homie.